happening, Outrage crew? You bunch of ravenous bigots out there. What's up to all my bigots, ladies and gentlemen? It is July 14th, 2019. We just ticked over to that 14th right there, ladies and gentlemen. How the fuck we feeling out there? I'm glad to have the Outrage set up. Alright, I'm glad to be cozied up to the controls center here. Alright, we got Old Glory waving in full effect in the background. We got the sharp-nosed bald eagle back there. Alright, we're going to get down and dirty tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Currently sipping on a natty light, but you can super chat for some shot delight if you choose to, ladies and gentlemen. We were up at the fourth wall. Kevin Pollard went berserk on stage, and it was goddamn hilarious. I did not catch him on camera tonight. All right, but trying to come back and collect the pieces of the Outrage battleship from last night's apocalyptic events. All right, it was a goddamn foot apocalypse last night. Heaven's foot apocalypse. Fuck. My God, I've never had a stream obliterated like that, ladies and gentlemen. And I know people were saying to keep going last night, and I wanted to keep going. But it just didn't feel right just to, Heaven's all crying in the corner, her foot, and we're just sitting down making jokes and shit. But we have the apartment to ourselves, at least for a little while. God damn it! Glad to be with the Outrage crew, with you bunch of ravenous bigots out there. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to see some shot taken from the Outrage Chancellor, all right, super chats are the way. They're your ticket. We're going to get into, we just dig through Drudge Report here, let the Outrage crew filter in. Hollywood, the traffic is fucking stacked to hell tonight. Cyndi Lauper is doing a damn performance at the Hollywood Bowl. Oh my God. How wonderful. Apparently there was a big catastrophic goddamn car crash on the 101. Which is the highway just above me in Hollywood. It goes up to the valley. And apparently somebody flipped their shit or something. Traffic was all backed up. All stacked up. Getting home. It took me goddamn 20 minutes to drive down a side road that I take to get home. Motherfuckers were juiced. Apparently, the Rock's new movie is premiering tonight, The Hobbs and Shaw. Not interested at all. I don't know, The Rock's movies seem so vanilla to me. There's no, he's our generation's version of Arnold. But it's like, I don't know, he doesn't have the same juice as Arnold. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What up, front hole enthusiast? Now, he may or may not have intended to... it doesn't seem like a typo, because the A is pretty far away from the I on the keyboard. He said, "Hey, fig." All right, I think he intends for it to be taken as "hey, fag." All right, but I am into figs. When I was a little kid, all right, I was into them Fig Newtons. I'd be sneaking into the kitchen when my mom was taking her midday nap, dude. And I would get down on them Fig Newton cookies. When you don't have any other cookies, they're the worst thing ever if they're stale, but you get some fresh Fig Newtons. Ooh-wee. Setup's looking dope. I dig it, man. I'm trying to get the right color back there with the lights. We got purple coming on. I tried to do some white light just shining up on the flag. It looks kind of weird and sterile. All right, but we got Old Glory flying. We got the bald eagle looking sharp back there, looking stern, defending Western civilization. Glad to be here with the bigots, everybody, on the Outrage Battleship. Outrage Battleship full of bigots. Oh my God. We got the eagle watching over us now. All right, we've always had, you know, the soldier here defending the border. All right, we got a little heritage. We got to remember our heritage. Frono says Nick goes down on any fig. Well, I'll go down on a box of Fed Newtons. All right, I'll go downtown on a box of Fed Newtons, dude. But those are my younger, fatter days. All right, I did get some free pizzas today on Postmates once again. Oh, boy, I cannot understand these goddamn people in these big fucking houses who order Postmates and don't answer their door or their phone. And it gives them repeated alerts when I say that nobody's available, you know, and they're just sleeping on their orders, and they paid the piper today. All right. We got some more of them little artisan pizzas, all right, which means I got some gym fuel, which means I'm going to get back in that motherfucking gym tomorrow. Somebody at the fourth wall today looked at me and was like, have you been lifting? And I was like, no, actually not at all. I'm getting shamed by my crew of bigots here on my live stream for not working out enough. You know, and I had the muscle shirt on last night, dude. I had that sleeveless rocker, you know, rocking out last night. Because it was so goddamn hot, all right? And the apartment never gets aired out in the middle of the day because somebody likes to keep the blinds closed. What up, DK Records? Did they have another Democratic debate? I didn't even goddamn see it. Another woeful attempt at any coherency. I saw President Elizabeth Warren trending on Twitter yesterday. And I just couldn't help but chuckle. Couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Oh, yeah, Cactus would be laughing out loud. Well, yes, I did. You know, I got some compliments for my physique. I don't know why. All right, the Outrage Chancellor has not been in the gym. All right, because he hasn't been able to goddamn go afford the post-workout fuel. All right, instead I've been on this Natty Light, on this tequila. All right, on this praying to Allah that I get a free Postmates order. Oh, DK says no. It's just been a while since we talked. Oh, right on. Oh yeah, the whole even the liberal people at the fourth wall couldn't get on board, and I hate calling them liberal. I'm a liberal. All right, I believe in personal freedom. All right. Modern day liberals believe in gender fluidity and chopping your dick off. But I am very progressive. All right. And I want to get into that. But no, even the leftist people at Fourth Wall were like, oh my God, did you see them raise their hands when they asked if they were going to, you know, give welfare to illegal or give health care to illegal immigrants? DK says I'm a little out of focus on the camera there. Let's see if we can't get this situation shored up. Give it a little wipe down with a tissue here. I may have imprinted a thumbprint on the visuals. It should be on that autofocus game, ladies and gentlemen. Prono Enthusiast says, liberal's a cop-out. Ask Tim Pool. Does Tim Pool refer to himself as a liberal? I'm just not going to let these words that make sense get co-opted by the communist horseshit. Liberal means freedom. It's have something to do with goddamn personal freedom, which includes not being forced at the point of a gun to fund the health care of illegal immigrants. Oh my God, but they're being put in cages at the border. Oh no. No, the evil of that demon Trump. How about you don't bring your kids along while you're committing a federal crime? Don't bring them along to the bank robbery. Come on, kids. I know I said we were going to McDonald's, but we're making a pit stop at Wells Fargo. Okay. In and out. Quick job. Let's go, kids. All right, be my eye in the sky. Be my lookout, children. Frontal says, LOL, it's not the cam lens, you boomer. Dude, it could have theoretically been the cam lens. Oh my god. All right, let me check in OBS. I don't know, it seemed to be looking clear on my end. I don't know what kind of... you guys need to clean your glasses. I think is what needs to happen. Still out of focus. It should be auto-focusing. Hello. Hello. Oh boy. I haven't had that comment. Usually it just auto-focuses in. I do have the monitor a little further away tonight to get a little wider frame. You know? Maybe if I started speaking in Spanish, all right, it would get in focus. And maybe La Raza could help me out. Are there any technicians in La Raza with face tattoos who could help me out with the focusing of my webcam here? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Shots Cast. All right, we got a fat bottle of Salsa tequila in that goddamn fridge. All right, so if you want to see the Outrage Chancellor start taking some shots, all right, either paypal.me/Outrage TV or hit that super chat button, dude. I'm whoring out for shots tonight. That's the only thing I do. I whore out for the Outrage crew. All right, there's never going to be any advertisers on the Outrage Cast. There's never going to be, oh my God, Blue Chew, does your dick not work? Do you want to get addicted to a dick pill? Promo code Outrage. Never. DK says, I can help. What kind of webcam is it? It's a Logitech C920. All right, and I got OBS pulled up here. I was looking to configure the video there. Is the video configurable? I can adjust the focus rate, or at least I can. Or it says auto. Let's adjust the focus rate here. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know. It's on the sharpest setting. I feel like I should leave it on auto. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Front Hole. What's up, Insane in the Membrane? What's up, baby? We gonna get this shot cast started. What up, Mars Hot? Oh, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Frontal says that's 2 shots, by the way. Fuck you, Frontal. I'll take 2 shots. All right, get that in focus right there. That parental advisory, explicit content. Mars Hot says MS-13 might not be tech experts. But hey, they'll take a stab at it. You know. But cheers up for the cymbal crash for the Outrage crew, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. DK says that's 2.5 shots. I like that. I mean, we're starting out $2 as a full shot, right? As I get more trashed. All right, we'll probably up it to 5 or something to that effect. I don't know. We're playing it by ear right here, but I like that 1.5 shot. Cheers up to all you ravenous goddamn bigots out there, just thinking you can just talk about race realism and IQ and immigration and demographics just and get away with it with your goddamn white skin. I assume most of you are white. All right, because you haven't espoused your identity politics beliefs yet. Oh yes, yes. I don't think I'm ever gonna take a dick pill. You know, I mean, it seems fun, you know, even you get the goddamn gas gas station, crank version of the dick pill. Oh, you got a girl coming over, and you want to rock her world, baby. Oh, yeah. And then what happens is you take the dick pill, you take the goddamn dick pill, and you fuck really good one time. And then what do you do after that? You got to get the constant inflow subscription of the dick pill, or else you're never going to fuck like that again. And you're going to be addicted to your fuck performance. All right? And you're not going to want to disappoint that same lady who comes back for seconds at the buffet. So you're ruining your dick. You're chaining your dick up to a goddamn transaction that you have to make. It's the same thing with porn. You're ruining your dick. Front hole says 2 shots again. I will take 2 shots. All right? In 5 minutes. What's up, David? How's Heaven's Foot? She's stomping around here in an outrage boot. All right, and she's very resentful. She's very we're on non-speaking terms. All right, I don't give a goddamn if you broke your foot. That's no excuse to blow up a perfectly good podcast with me and Kevin Pollard last night. Reprehensible. You did not have to drop the goddamn, foot apocalypse on our rantings about the military-industrial complex. Me and Kevin Pollard were going to get down to the root of the truth, to the root of the truth, as I romance the truth like Antonio Banderas. That's what I do, dude. And I had a truth-based fucking dance partner there. Me and Kevin, we rushed home, or we rushed back to my apartment, and it was a goddamn laborious task to set up the Outrage Studios to get both of our bigot selves in frame, dude. What up, Florida Stacker? Had to move the CPU around. We were, cautiously handling things, and it was a big to-do, And then she just comes in and just shits all over it. All right, blaming the outraged chancellor because she decided to do my laundry and took a misstep on them stairs and fucked her ankle up. It's not the outraged chancellor's fault. All right, she was pissed off that I didn't drop everything in the middle of my day and take her to the urgent care. At that time, we thought it was just a sprained ankle. All right. I'm not your daddy. And I'm not your boyfriend. So don't, just come in and obliterate the outraged chancellor's flow on his goddamn live stream, dude. All right, shots coming up. But yeah, it was disappointing. We got to get Kevin Pollard back on the podcast. He's not going to come on here and probably take shots because I don't think individuals would be too pleased if Kevin Pollard passed out here and had to sleep over. He's not too keen on driving back down to Mid-City LA while he's hammered on shots. I can understand. And Kevin Pollard Jr., he's that compact package. All right, he's a lot of dragon energy. In a small compact gift box. All right, so it's not going to take a lot of liquor to get Kevin Pollard a little goddamn loopy. Cheers up to the Outrage crew. Cheers up to Front Hole. Thanks for that goddamn donation. Cheers up. What up, Alan James? And he said 2 shots. I'm gonna take 2 shots, dude. We're already this is 3.5, I think. Let's keep count now. Parental advisory. Feed the Chancellor some topics. All right, and then we'll go on rants. Oh, yeah. That's that $8 hitter. A salsa, baby. Oh my God. We got some motherfucking free pizza on Postmates today, baby. Cause these lazy ass fucks who can't be bothered to even go out of the house, and it was only 5 minutes away, the restaurant that I was picking up from and delivering to their house. It was less than 5 minutes away. They couldn't be bothered, all right, to cruise down the street and pick up these goddamn pizzas. So they had the Outrage Chancellor do it for them, and that's fine. You know, I was looking for that good tip. It was a good goddamn order. And pull up to their gate, all right, and they have no button that you press to. They have no, alert button at the gate. Mistake number one. All right. Mistake number two. I call them. They didn't answer. What are you doing? You're waiting on a goddamn Postmates order from a restaurant that's less than 5 minutes away. All right. And then I hit the nobody available thing, which automatically alerts the customer. And they still did not respond. And I saw, like, off in the distance, they had a deck, and I could tell they were having some kind of backyard pool party. And I saw some dude walking up back there. Theoretically, all right, I could have honked my horn and got his attention, but I decided to punish them, ladies and gentlemen. Partially, I wanted the salad and the pizzas. I desperately needed some post-workout meals. And now we got them. But you answer your phone. David says, I've been thinking about your shtick, Nick. Does libertarianism and tax protests really have much of an audience? It's really like Ron Paul revolution stuff from like 2012. People seem to have moved on. Well, that's like saying to an abolitionist, all right, in 1830. It's like, you keep talking about this slavery is wrong stuff. What's the deal with your shtick? I don't know if this shtick has much of an audience. If I thought like that, I'd be dead in the water already, dude. I don't give a goddamn what audience. I'm not looking for marketing, dude. I expect the channel to grow because I'm telling the truth. All right? And that's the biggest truth that has yet to be accepted en masse. All right? And it's a moral revolution that needs to happen, and that's why I'm talking about it. For no other reason. I don't expect it to get a bunch of viewers. It's just what needs to be said. But yeah, I was on that Ron Paul revolution, dude, in 2012, dude. I was so disillusioned from Obama already. I voted for Obama in 2008. And then, I started getting into Alex Jones. I started really looking at what Obama was doing, the banker bailouts, Fast and Furious, this fucking, destabilizing regimes, and isn't it cute because it's Obama and he's the first black president, and oh my God, he gets excuses infinitum until the end of the universe. All right, and I had an incentive to make those excuses because I voted for the motherfucker. All right, and I don't feel that bad about voting for Obama in 2008 because what the fuck was I going to do? Vote for McCain? We might have had a goddamn nuclear war with Russia if his, brain tumor like activity is any telltale sign of what was to come. Oh my God, you're a Russian! Accusing Donald Trump of being a goddamn Russian agent. And he's got a big swelling brain tumor and he's voting on giving free health care to people. Oh! But we needed Obama in order to get Trump. All right, so I don't have any reservations about that. But I was hardcore for Ron Paul in 2012. I was going on all the forums. I was arguing super hard for Ron Paul. I actually got banned from Joe Rogan's forum. Joe Rogan used to have this awesome message board, and there was all these crazy characters on the message board that had all these like extensive backstories, and they would go and tell stories about their life and. There was all these cool topics about nootropics and basically a lot of the shit that Rogan talked about in his early podcast. It was just a wealth of goddamn information and cool links to documentaries and shit. But I got super hardcore into politics when Ron Paul came about in 2012. And I just remember watching those Republican debates, and they would go to Ron Paul. The moderators would like steadfastly ignore Ron Paul, like, and they would give him maybe 3 questions the entire debate, and he would nail it out of the fucking park, hit grand slam motherfucking dingers like he was goddamn Mark McGuire, juiced to the gills, dude. He was just tape measure shots, dude. Talking about how, you know, our interventionist military-industrial complex probably hasn't done us any favors when it comes to the blowback of radical Islam. You know, and talking about the Fed and ending the Fed and audit the Fed, and this money, this fiat money is fake. And I'm like, God, I was just starting to get into this shit. I watched the Zeitgeist documentary. That was, you know, a lot of socialist, you know, leftist horseshit, because Peter Joseph is a fucking NPC, weirdo, zombie individual. But it did make a lot of good points. It did give the history of the banking system, which I hadn't investigated before. And then I took that energy and the Alex Jones thing, and I was looking at Ron Paul, and I was like, oh my God, this is the guy. And he's had all the arguments, but none of the charisma. And it was just so frustrating watching him on stage just defer to other people. And it's such a goddamn travesty and a tragedy that Ron Paul was so beta. If Ron Paul would have got in the gym, all right, and slang a little more dick, dude, we could have had a goddamn libertarian revolution, all right? But Ron Paul, he's just, well, I'm a nice old guy. I'm just up here with my good ideas, and we're trying our best. It's like, Ron, come on! Flex your nuts a little bit. You're the smartest motherfucker on the stage, all right? Have some gravitas. Have a little self-respect. Call a motherfucker out. That's what he wouldn't do that Trump did. Ron Paul would never attack another politician. He would never say, oh, you low energy piece of shit, or like, you know, obviously not cursing, but, you know, he wouldn't point out what was so stupid about everybody else. He would just go off on his riff about what's fucked up about the banking system and the military industrial complex, and everything would be true, but people's eyes would glaze over because there was no charisma in it. And I was like, fuck! It was so frustrating. It was my first awakening to the fact that people aren't attracted to, like, sound, logical arguments and actually, you know, saying the uncomfortable truths. They want that, but they want it in a slick, you know, charismatic package. They want you to be a certain type of way, and Ron Paul just wasn't that. He didn't have that leadership pedigree. You know, I mean, he was so nerdy about libertarianism. That's why his ideas were so refined and his arguments were so sharpened. All right, that nerdy side of Ron Paul. All right, but if we could morph Ron Paul and Trump into one person, I have no like fantasies about the government system actually working out for people and people actually being represented by their representatives, but theoretically, if we could merge Ron Paul and Trump's DNA, that would actually be a president that could get some shit done. 2 shots coming up, front hole. Let me read some comments here. Front hole says, does rich people pizza taste a little bit better? Well, you know, it's them artisan pizzas, dude. I mean, they put love into the dough. All right, and it's cooked in that stone oven, dude, in that fucking brick oven. You know, it's tremendous. David says, well, I mean politically as well as comedically, obviously. Oh, talking about comedically. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be my life's work as a comic, is to try to boil down these philosophical ideas into something funny and relatable that people can get on board with. But, you know, I imagine it's going to go something like Bill Hicks' career. But instead of smoking cigarettes, I'm going to hit this vape, so I'm going to stay alive long enough to accomplish the mission. You know, rest in peace, Bill Hicks. The cigarettes took a great man down. But, you know, Bill Hicks, I mean, he would have jokes that would hint at philosophy, and then that special, what was it? I think Revelations in '93. he put on the fucking cowboy hat and the trench coat at the end, and he gave that speech. Let me play the "It's all just a ride" speech while I take these 2 shots. Let me do that. This is the type of shit I want to do, dude. And it's not the funniest shit, but he closes his goddamn special out with this. And it's just, you make people laugh for an hour, and then you get some credibility to be able to impart your philosophy.
Let's find a point. Is there a point to my... I would say there is. I have to. The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride. And we killed those people. Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. This has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys that try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok? But it doesn't matter, because it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's all we need, a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of it as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride. Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year, and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it would many times over, not one human being excluded, and we can explore space together, both inner and outer, forever in peace.
Ladies and gentlemen. And I realize now, looking back at it, that there was some little bit of wizardry in there where, you know, he's talking about, he's simplifying the world as if it's like, it's just a dichotomy between fear and love. And reality doesn't boil down that simple. All right, there's nothing wrong with having guns and defending yourself and having a border on your country while you happen to have a big giant government and a welfare state. But it's that type of poignant moment where he's talking about putting our resources towards something that matters morally. All right? And so there's definitely room. There hasn't been a comic like Bill Hicks since Bill Hicks. All right? I'm even just thinking right now about comics that get relatively philosophical at all. Like, I mean, Joe Rogan talks about, just the perspective of we're on a ball floating through space, going thousands of miles an hour, and nobody ever talks about it. And it's like that perspective, and talking about psychedelics and the potential value they could have. But nobody's really getting down to the philosophical ideas and to the roots of the philosophy that underpins our society. And that is, stand-up comedy is hard enough, where you just go up there and make goofy jokes about your life, and you're like, oh, God. And most of it doesn't work. You go up there and try to be funny, just talking about your life and talking about random shit in the news, and, there's no philosophical point at the end of it, and that's hard enough. All right? But my mission in life is to impart the ideas that society needs to hear within the stand-up comedy. All right, and it's a lifelong undertaking, and I'm committed. All right, What up, Burgess? What up, Nicole Servin? Nicole Servin says, do you want to be a cross between Hicks and Carlin? Well, I see a little Hicks in me. I see a little Hicks in me. I see a little Carlin in me. I see a little Richard Pryor in me. But, you know, ultimately, you just got to be you. You just got to do it because everybody has their own unique way of doing stand-up. And I fundamentally haven't even found it yet. Like, I'm still experimenting on stage. Because truthfully, I've been out here in LA about 5 years. My first 2 to 3 years, I barely got on stage. I was on stage maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times a month. You know, and I was just going around all around town to these big clubs embarrassing myself because I was so green. And I only did a handful of open mics back in Oklahoma. So I just came out here, and I was basically getting started once I came out here. And then I moved to Hollywood 2.5 years ago. And it took me a little bit to get settled because I tried to turn a hookup into a roommate as usual. Oh, and this lovely little round booty, brown skinned cutie chick named Bonnie. All right, me and Kevin Pollard were living with each other down in Westchester, LA, down by LAX, and I moved out of there and I moved in with this chick that I had been hooking up with, and we had a good rapport, and she was funny, and you know, she had a big fat ass and a gap between her teeth, and she was, you know, pretty goddamn high IQ. And she was pretty funny, and so I'm like, "Fuck it, let's move in. Let's have a relationship." And that lasted about 7 months, all right, until, you know, that was right around in the ramp up stage of the 2016 election, and so we started having political conversations, and that was the beginning of the end. She could not help getting triggered, all right, by the by the discussions of immigration, because all I would do when I would talk about immigration, because she hated Trump, and all I would do with talking about immigration, I would just point out the welfare statistics that 60% of, you know, legal and illegal immigrants come in and immediately get on some form of welfare. And she couldn't comprehend how this was a bigger problem than the, like, empathy crisis, where it's like, oh my God, you don't feel sorry for the migrants who want a better life? And it's like, that's such a like cliche feminine perspective that you know, the subjective emotions of, oh my God, we feel sorry for these people, that trumps any economic reality, any like sane policy about letting migrants into your country, or evaluation of what type of people these are. And they always say, oh my God, this is a nation of immigrants. No, it was a nation of colonists. There's a difference between colonists and immigrants. There was no nation to immigrate to, all right, when they hit Plymouth Rock, all right? There was no goddamn nation. There was a bunch of, you know, warring Indian tribes that were competing to be the most barbaric and ruthless. And we came in and we're like, wait, you guys haven't even invented the wheel yet? We got guns and wheels, dude. And they were like, we're going to kill you. And we were like, here's some small box blankets, you know? And so it's a complex situation. It's not like we came over here and stole the land. All right? I mean, you know, let's say, just for the sake of argument, the Americans stole the land from the Native Americans. Aren't you glad they did? Look at what's around you, dude. Aren't you glad that Led Zeppelin stole a few songs and made Whole Lotta Love and Black Dog? Come on! I could be live streaming in a teepee right now, dude. I know I'm way behind on comments. I'm ranting here. All right, I'm damn near 5 shots deep already. I love the Outrage crew. I'm gonna take an Outrage piss. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna catch up on comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let me find a song to play. I know it's that Saturday night special, so you know what the fuck's going on, dude. You know what the fuck's going on. If you don't like Leonard Skinner, go fuck your mother. How about that? If you don't like Leonard Skinner, go fuck your mother.
1, 2, 1.
Be right back.
3.
Ooh-wee. All right, let me dig into some of these comments right here. Alan James says, Nick, you should enable your text-to-speech for donations. I'm not sure what that means. Go to streamlabs.com and log in. If not already, go to alerts, super chat, enable text-to-speech. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Enable your text-to-speech for donations. So like... So I could have the comments read out in speech form. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just gonna do what Alan James says, because Alan James, you know, he's that base patriot. All right, he's from New Zealand. He lives in Australia. He's got a beautiful family. I trust the impulses of Alan James. So he says, go to streamlabs.com. All right. He says, log in if not already. Log in with YouTube. All righty, we're logging in. He says, go to alerts, super chat, enable text to speech. Alert box, is that what you mean? Enable text to speech. I don't see it. Oh, super chats, okay. Enable custom HTML. Open text to speech. This says open text to speech. It doesn't say enable. Okay, enable text to speech. Okay. It is enabled. All right. So we got that accomplished. I don't know what that accomplished, but we're doing it. All right, so apparently a robot voice is going to say the super chats. All right, so super chat if you'd like to see the Outrage Chancellors take shots. But the Outrage Chancellor, he's going to take a 5-minute break from shots. You know, we're sipping the natty light. We're reading comments. All right. David says, what's up, Anonymous Anarchy? What's crack-a-lackin', baby? He says, hope the blackout gets bigger. Well, I did. That was a Jewy thing I accomplished tonight, was including the word blackout in the stream. Hopefully we're getting some people that are that are tuning in to YouTube live stream because of the New York City blackouts. I'm taking advantage of that tragedy that happened. Oh my God, I'm profiting on the backs of the tragedy of the New York people who lost their electricity. It is a little bit weird. I don't want my electricity to go out, all right? Praise up to Allah. Keep the electricity on, okay? Keep it on. Praise to Shiva. Praise to Allah. Praise to Jesus. Praise to all the fake deities that everybody thinks are real. David says, people have been railing against the Fed and fiat money for over 100 years to no effect whatsoever. What prominent person has railed against the Fed and fiat money other than Ron Paul and other Austrian economists who are very... I heard the robot voice very faintly. He said, shots for figs! Dude! What other people besides the Austrian economists and Ron Paul have been railing against the Fed? Not many people, dude. It's still important to do. It's not irrelevant just because Ron Paul didn't win the presidency. And I will take a shot. We're at 46 minutes right here. I will take a shot at 50 minutes, but right now I'm sifting through comments here. Burgess says Ron Paul is like your friendly grandpa, not a cutthroat guy like Trump. Yeah, he's not built for winning. He's not hardwired for winning. All right, he's hardwired for, sifting through Austrian economics arguments and articulating them for people. That's what he's good at. All right, Ron Paul is a goddamn legend. He doesn't have that alpha male appeal that Trump has. He doesn't get the panties wet, and he doesn't attack other candidates. All right, because, as badass as Ron Paul is in terms of ideas, I mean, he's probably, he's probably got a mediocre to small dick. He's small in stature. He doesn't feel confident confronting other men on their terrible ideas. And that's what people want to see in a debate. They want to see the back and forth. They want to see the confrontation. They want to see the, that world star hip hop moment that I don't think a person like Donald Trump should be in charge of the laws in this country. That's right. I'm sure you don't think that because you'd be in jail. That's that alpha male shit. Ron Paul did not have that, dude. And that was his downfall. Marsot says manufactured consent by that one guy. I was going to say the author of that book's name, and I just forgot it again. And I've tried to recall this guy's name, this leftist intellectual. I've tried to recall his name on the podcast before, and whenever I get slightly inebriated, I forget his name. I know Bill Hicks was heavily inspired by him. What's his name? Let me see if anybody's commenting. Oh my God, it's fuck! A leftist intellectual who talks about manufacturing consent. Noam Chomsky. Thank you, David. Fuck! I don't know why my brain is not processing Noam Chomsky's name. And now I forgot why I even brought up Noam Chomsky. Oh, because the manufacturing consent comment. All right, obviously. Obviously, Nick. Okay. We're catching up on comments, ladies and gentlemen. I will take the next shot. I know Front Hole donated for the next shot. I will take it. All right, we're closing in on 50 minutes. I will take it. But I'm missing a lot of good comments here. Nicole Servant says Bill Hicks was the best. He was the best. Front Hole Enthusiast says, do his couldn't stand the weather bit. Couldn't stand the weather bit? You talking about Hicks? I don't remember any. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of Bill Hicks's material, and I can't think of anything that has to do with weather. Are you talking about? I mean, he did talk about smoking cigarettes when it's really cold outside and people can't tell if, they're blowing out cigarette smoke or if the cold is just making the frosty air. And so they just pass out on the sidewalk and they don't know when to quit exhaling. Dude, a lot of his cigarette jokes are so goddamn funny, but they're so tragic at the same time. Because he died from pancreatic cancer, all right, from smoking cigarettes. And he had that whole bit of like, they give the warning about the particular disease you're going to get on the cigarette. So like, just don't get the cigarettes that say lung cancer on the side. Like that was a big promotion. Like they were saying like could cause, low birth weight or whatever on the side. And he looks at the pack of cigarettes like low birth weight. I guess I'm all right. Give me a pack of them low birth rates, Just not the ones that say lung cancer. Nicole Servant says, they were great. Why not be yourself? Yeah, I'm just talking about, the comedy I love. And so the comedy that's saturated in my in my cerebellum. All right. So it's going to come out through my natural personality. The shit that I like. So those are just my idols. Bill Hicks, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Doug Stanhope. That's the Mount Rushmore of comedy, dude. I fucking love Doug Stanhope so much. It's just the past few years it hasn't been much about libertarian philosophy. It's been, about detailing how his body is systematically failing. And that's been kind of boring, but we root for Doug Stanhope. I saw him on Twitter the other day. He was starting to ride bicycles. He's starting to get in some goddamn fitness. David says he didn't like that It's All a Ride speech. It was gay.
Play Stacker's Pink Floyd vid.
Oh, shit. I love the robot voice that says the super chat. That's beautiful, Alan James. Playstacker's Pink Floyd vid. Did he post a link to the Pink Floyd vid? Oh, I'm on Top Chat. Fuck me. Where's Florida Stacker? I'm due to take some shots. Where's the Florida Stacker? I don't see it, but I'll play a fucking Pink Floyd vid. You think I won't, dude? You think I fucking won't? Shots everywhere. Oh, it's on his channel? It's on Florida Stacker's channel. Did Fronthole just post a video for the Florida Stacker's channel there? I love Florida Stacker, dude. Oh, here it is. Damn it. Sorry, I was still playing the Have a Cigar underneath the fucking Comfortably Numb for Florida Stacker. I apologize. Let's start it over. I love Florida Stacker's green guitar. All right, this is super epic. Oh my God, he's shredding! It looks like he's in goddamn complete darkness. It looks like he's in Jeffrey Epstein's temple on Pedophile Island, dude. He's in that dark shred room right there. I see he's heavily bearded. Oh my God. Florida Stacker, he's that shredding bigot out there. Listen to the bigot energy. Dude, big shout out to Florida Stacker. That's gangsta as fuck, ladies and gentlemen. The Outrage crew is so goddamn badass. We got Bradley Murray out there running from the police. All right, we got Florida Stacker, ripping that guitar. That is tremendous. Speaking of goddamn lock, stock, and two smoking barrels, there's Bradley Murray. What up, playboy? It's morning time for Bradley Murray. Oh, shit. You planning on hijacking any automobiles today? You gonna get on that Grand Theft Auto, dude? We're on this goddamn Shots cast, all right? The Outrage Chancellor, he's heavily buzzed. I gotta scroll up and read some comments. Nicole Servant is saying I should mention Tommy Robinson. All right, and it's a goddamn travesty. I saw him wearing a shirt, and they posted the image on Drudge Report the other day. Jailed, I think it said jailed for journalism. And it's so goddamn true. Because Tommy Robinson is just trying to bring attention to the damage these lovely Muslim immigrants that are coming in and enriching the culture of Europe. Europe, people in the European countries, you didn't realize that, your country, it wasn't enriched. It wasn't enriched enough. Hello, Heaven. Heaven has just reappeared in the domicile. She's wearing the Outrage boot, and she just gave me the look. She gave me a look like she wanted to like she wanted to stab me, but she didn't have a knife. She fiercely shot that look at the outraged chancellor, and it's okay. And I definitely got to take a break before the next round of shots, ladies and gentlemen. Please feel free to super chat some shots. I have plenty of shots left in me. All right, but I got to take a break. I'm sipping on the Natty Light. I'm sipping on the Natty Light for now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm reading comments. I know I missed a lot of comments up here. Burgess says, a little history on Hicks. He was raised by devoutly religious people, so what he says is going to have that sort of vibe. Yeah, he was coming up in that late 80s, early 90s stand-up where, it was still taboo to talk about, how ridiculous the Jesus narrative is on stage. Same thing with Carlin. That's why a lot of his anti-establishment, type of material was focused toward Christian right-wingers, because those are the people who were running the country at that time. It was Reagan, it was George H.W. Bush. And so they were rebelling against the censorship of their time. All right? Their censorship of their time was, oh my God, you can't say any curse words. You can't have any vulgarity. You can't have any, lewd behavior. All right? And so, but those taboos that the other comics have talked about have already been broken. All right? And so now, comedy about subversive sex stuff and comedy about, vulgarity and saying fuck and shit and cunt and, none of it is taboo anymore. None of it is edgy. All right? The edgy thing to do is talk about the roots of what's going on in society and why everything's going to shit. All right? That's what nobody wants to talk about. That's what nobody wants to talk about, how Trump was a good thing for the country because we escaped the depths of cultural Marxism. We escaped the, vault into, the pole vaulter vault into cultural Marxism. Oh boy. Into like hardcore leftist socialism. Oh my God. Don't you support free healthcare and free college and free everything for everybody? And don't you support having a gun pointed to your head and being forced to finance all of this shit? That's the new taboo to be broached. All right, so it becomes different for every generation. That's why some stand-up comedy survives the test of time, some of it doesn't. Nicole Servant says, "I show support to you, not Carlin or Hicks." Well, I appreciate it, Nicole Servant. We're being original. All right, and that's the only. You got to identify the taboos that haven't been exposed. You got to go at them super goddamn hard. And it's not about just what's taboo either. It's about what's true and what hasn't been articulated yet. And the taxation is theft thing has not been articulated yet, but there's not a counter argument against it. And this is why it weirds me out when people like Owen Benjamin, who say they're committed to the truth, go off on these rants about, oh my God, the sodomy, and like being obsessed with what people do with their dicks and buttholes. Who gives a goddamn? And pretending that, oh my God, God exists, and it's just, I think he's playing that religious card for super chat money. And it's very sad. And I think that's gayer than any kind of homosexual sodomy. If you put your dick in a butthole, that's less gay than saying God exists with no evidence. All right, because having, saying that you believe in gods or governments is super beta and it's super gay. All right, and it doesn't have anything to do with sexual preference. It has to do with not taking on risk. All right, not alienating your audience. I don't give a goddamn about alienating my audience, dude. I'm romancing the truth. That's all I give a fuck about. I have a fidelity to the Outrage crew. But the Outrage crew, they expect truth out of the Outrage Chancellor. I'm not going to come up here and lie for Super Chats. I will take shots for Super Chats, but I will never lie. Owen Benjamin says, you know, he's you know, what's his motto? I might be wrong, but I'm not lying. He's lying! Somebody that high IQ does not believe in God. And I'm not trying to disrespect the Christians. But it's fundamentally, it's not rational. All right, to believe in this creator. Oh my God, a creation necessitates a creator. Well, who created the creator? It's an infinite regression. The burden of proof is on the people claiming objective reality. If you say God, I believe in God, that's not just a subjective preference. That's not just saying, oh, it's a personal belief. No, you're making an objective claim about reality. And anytime you make an objective claim about reality, you should probably be able to back it up. And if you can't do that, what are you doing? You're not in the truth game. You're not on the field. You're not in the arena when it comes to truth and when it comes to philosophy. Front Hole Enthusiast says, I see a little Pryor in you, only because he's black, though. Well, thankfully, I have not, voluntarily had sex with male individuals. I mean, Pryor was out there, he was face-fucking Marlon Brando, he was getting wild. All right, but we love Richard Pryor because he was so raw and real on stage. And honestly, he could have went up on stage and talked about how he had sex with Marlon Brando, and it would have been hilarious. All right, but Marlon probably didn't sign off on it. I bet Richard Pryor wanted to do a bit about him fucking Marlon Brando in one of his specials, and he probably ran it by Marlon, and Marlon was like, no. But I get real, I get honest, I get truthful on the Outrage Cast, dude. For those who don't know, I got my dick sucked by a post-op transgender woman. All right, she duped me in Beverly Hills. I thought I was getting my dick sucked, off the sidewalk. All right, I saw this black chick. She had big fat titties and a slim trim waistline, and she was wearing yoga pants and the whole nine, dude. And I ended up, sucking titties, titty fucking, mouth fucking, on a side street in Beverly Hills at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just trying to make some rent money, and I saw that dick suck opportunity, dude. So I struck while the iron was hot, and I got duped. All right, and I bear it all for the Outrage crew. I don't give a goddamn. But that was Pryor's values. He was so raw and so honest on stage that people couldn't help but be drawn to it. David says he would have liked the Bill Hicks speech when he was a 20-year-old pothead. Yeah, it's very simplistic, but I was just presenting that as an example. All right, of once you've earned that credibility comedically, once you've made people laugh for an hour, then you can talk about whatever the fuck you want. And so, taxation is theft. All right, the Federal Reserve is evil. The government is illegitimate. This is the next moral revolution we need to have. These are the arguments that are going to be unfolded on the stages here in Hollywood. And I don't give a goddamn whether they like it or not. It's gonna happen! And it needs to happen. And so it shall happen. The Outrage Chancellor is out here. He's representing the freedom-minded individuals all across the planet. All right? We're getting into show business. We're getting on that big stage. We're telling the truth. Whether it be personal or philosophical or political. We're telling the truth. We're romancing the truth, dude. David says, Kinison was at one point a preacher before he became a stand-up. Yeah. I like Sam Kinison. He was a lot of he was all charisma and not a lot of philosophy. A lot of cocaine, not a lot of philosophy. Alan James says Nick sees a lot of guys in him. That is very deceptive in how you worded that. All right, and I see the outrage joke there. Alan James says if he shaved Richard Pryor's head, he would be a dead ringer for heaven. Heaven does not look like Richard Pryor. This is blasphemy. David says, I asked a Mexican girl who was for the Dreamers or DACA and whatnot a couple years ago what Mexicans would think of their own version of DACA, immigrants in Mexico. She had to admit they would be destroyed by furious Mexicans. Yeah! People want to preserve their own culture. It's only white people that are blamed for it. Let that soak in. Everybody wants to preserve their own culture. It is only white people who are blamed for it. Nobody calls Israel racist for having a wall. Nobody calls China racist for having a giant, epic wall. Do you think it's easy to get into Israel, dude? You got to pass a kosher taste test to get into Israel. At the border, dude, they put you through a kosher taste test. They put a blindfold on you, and they present two pieces of pizza. One kosher, one goyim. And you've got to do a goddamn taste test to decide. And if you get it wrong, they're like, oh, he got it wrong. Circumcise him. And you're like, I've already been circumcised. And they're like, we don't care. We're taking more of that dick. I don't even want to come into Israel anymore. Fuck this. We don't care. You failed the test. You got to pay the piper. You know, it's either that or it's you got to balance a budget sheet in under 15 minutes, dude, to get into Israel. Do me a favor. Try sneaking into China and living there illegally. Dude, Chinese people eat octopus. They eat octopus while they're still alive. They put the octopus head in their mouth and the tentacles are squirming all over their face and they're like, they don't give a fuck. You think they give a fuck about your goddamn human rights when you try to come into China and live illegally? Dude, they're going to chomp your head off and call it a delicacy. Alan James says Nick should live stream from his hatchback. That's where all the action happens. Dude, my hatchback is the center of action in the universe. David says, I didn't say the elites were railing against the Fed. They never would, just normal people. Who is railing against the Fed? Not many people understand economics to the degree that they can call it the Fed. I mean, I think you're vastly overestimating the percentage of people who understand what the fuck is going on. Nicole Servant says over 6,000 pedophiles have been arrested under Trump. That's good. All right, but you still got to cut government spending, dude. How about we cut the military-industrial complex and we could arrest a lot more goddamn pedophiles? We have a lot of problems in this country, but we're oversaturated with military-industrial complex funding. All right, I gotta get some water, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta hydrate. All right, I'm gonna put some ice cubes in here. I'm gonna down an entire Starbucks cup of water here, and I shall return. All right, if you'd still like me to take more shots, all right, PayPal.me/Outrage TV or super chat to that channel, ladies and gentlemen. Know what the fuck it is. I heard a super chat ding. There you go, Alan James. Alan James says I'm way behind on chat full. I know, I'm slowed down by the shots. It's fine, though. What did I miss? God damn it. Let me go up here. David says the edgiest stuff today is traditionalism, Christianity really, and far-right ideas. Christianity is not edgy. It's just, you're going back to traditionalism, all right, and you're overcompensating because you don't have any new creative ideas. Christians have failed, dude. They've failed in their marketing campaign. They've failed in their principles. They have not universalized their principles of thou shalt not steal And so now we have a big giant government that's getting subverted by the Jews and by leftists and by cultural Marxists. And everybody wants to blame the leftists and the Jews and the cultural Marxists. But it's the goddamn Christians who allowed it to happen because they let the government get so goddamn big. Christians are supposed to be anti-government. But, you know, they vote for people like goddamn George Bush and Barack Obama, who systematically, you know, inflate the national debt and get us into foreign entanglements. And it has nothing to do with Christianity. You got to take some personal responsibility for the situation, dude. Burgess says he would win that Outrage TV talent show. I don't know, dude. Florida Stacker, he's on that deep strumming. Burgess's talent would be illusion. Don't be a magician, dude. Magicians are so gay. Don't be a goddamn magician. Nobody likes a magician. I view one-liner comics just like magicians. Oh my God, nothing is real. I'm setting you up and oh, it's a fake. Aren't you entertained? I don't give a fuck. Tell me something real. David says being against homosexuals is probably the most countercultural thing you could do today. Why? I mean, Owen Benjamin has started this trend, and it's honestly, I can't think of anything more gay than thinking about what people do with their dicks and assholes more than Owen Benjamin does. If you're in West Hollywood hooking up every night, that's less gay than not engaging in homosexual behavior and constantly obsessing about what everybody does with their dick. Oh my God, he's gay! Who gives a fuck? Taxation is theft. We have a goddamn moral revolution waiting, and you're worried about what people are doing with their goddamn peckers. I understand the argument, stay away from the children. That's obvious. Alright, but what consenting adults do with their goddamn dicks, who gives a fuck? We're past that, dude. That's rudimentary, knuckle-dragging thinking. David says, what's not rational about believing creation was created? Because then you have to have a creation for the creator. Who created the creator? It's a never-ending, infinite regression, dude. There's nothing rational about believing in a creator. Burgess says, the problem with the atheist idea is that they don't get their afterlife. They come face to face with their own morality. It makes them uncomfortable. It doesn't make me uncomfortable, dude. It makes me excited that I have a finite time on this planet to be able to get across what I'm trying to get across and be able to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. That makes it exciting. If I had an infinite amount of years and days to be alive, it would just be boring as fuck because I would have no incentive, no chutzpah to get up in the morning and get shit done. But I realize that my time is short on this planet. And so when you think about it, it's kind of inspiring. Everybody gets their allotment of years, barring a disaster where you get, killed in a goddamn, car pileup on the 101 freeway in Hollywood. All right? Everybody has their allotment of years, and it's what you decide to do with it. And that's exciting to me, dude. David says, atheists always paint themselves as stoic realists and Christianity as purely a form of comfort. It's so self-serving, it should be embarrassing. Well, that's an ad hominem argument, and it's not rational, dude. It's just, you're self-serving and you should be embarrassed. What? I'm not saying Christianity is purely a form of comfort. Christianity has benefited the world so goddamn much, it's almost incalculable. Because it's a universal morality. It doesn't have these, edicts like Islam and Judaism where it's like our team and protect the in-group preference and, oh my God, it's just us against the world. Christianity is like, oh, we want everybody to join in on this moral system because we think it's that true. There's nothing wrong with the Ten Commandments. All right? I'm just arguing against the bullshit metaphysics that operates as the, marketing ploy for Christianity. Nobody wants to get on board with that metaphysical horseshit. Nobody wants to believe in zombies and believe in virgin births because it makes you look like a goddamn idiot. If Christians just led with their principles instead of the metaphysics, they would be a lot better off. Oh my God, everybody's talking about how late I am on the chat. Fuck! Fine, I'll skip all the chats. And I'll go to the goddamn super chats. David says, God doesn't take that position. No, he's against homosexuality, obviously. Why do you give a fuck? Let me get close to the outrage mic here. Why do you give a fuck if somebody puts their dick in an asshole? If two consenting adults put their dick in an asshole, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Outrage TV late night radio. Alright, I know you're cruising. Please stay awake. Keep your eyes on the road, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a baggie of drugs, please tuck that baggie away, ladies and gentlemen. Tuck that baggie away. You never know when you're going to get pulled over. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're not against sodomy. We don't fundamentally give a fuck about sodomy because we don't engage in it. And that's personal responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't support sodomy, don't put your dick in an asshole, ladies and gentlemen. This is Outrage TV late night radio. All right. Keep that vehicle cruising along the road. Keep your eyes on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on those dotted lines. Don't cross the dotted line, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that eye on the road and tuck that baggie away. A late night Outrage TV radio, ladies and gentlemen. Front Hole Enthusiast says, stop trying to justify your debauchery, Nick. I don't put my dick in assholes. Alright? I have mouth-fucked a tranny, full disclosure. Alright? But that was I was duped. Alright? That was not a planned situation. Anonymous Anarchy says you must disavow the sodomites. Dude, I know some hilarious sodomites. I know some people who put their dicks in buttholes who are some of the funniest, most insightful, most, sensitive and empathetic and intellectual people I've known. So I don't fundamentally give a goddamn what you do in your bedroom. I think it's super gay. I think it's way more gay to sit around and think about people putting their dicks in buttholes than to actually put your dick in a butthole? What does it have to do with you? Your dick's not in a butthole. Why do you give a fuck? Now, the one thing I can see is the cultural subversion aspect of it, where don't teach the kids that this is natural or this is right, or like don't turn your kid trans. David says the Bible says homosexuals are haters of God. That's how they got that way, by hating God. Well, I think a lot of them got that way because they were sexually abused as children. Full stop. All right? It's not about hating God, dude. What do you even mean by God? You have no proof for this deity called God. You have the Bible, which explicates a lot of valuable moral principles. But what have you done to enact them? Thou shalt not steal. That seems like a bigger priority than wherever people are putting their dicks. I'm taking another shot, ladies and gentlemen. Stop being gay. Stop caring about where people put their dicks. As long as they're not putting their dicks in children, dude. So, what's up, Salty? Salty says, tranny mouth is a gateway to sex with homosex butt. The real question is, what if the outraged chancellor decided to put his dick in a man's butt? What would you do then, What would you do then, Salty? Would you boycott the outraged chancellor because of what he's doing with his dick? Are you sitting around in your everyday life thinking about what the outraged chancellor is doing with his dick? If so, that seems like more your problem than mine. David says, what do you think is behind the big gay agenda, if not the pedos and Jews and Satan worshipers? I don't think there's a big gay agenda. I think there are kids that are sexually abused. There's a spectrum of sexuality from when it comes to men, from feminine to masculine. And I think to a degree, people are born either on the feminine end of the spectrum or on the masculine end of the spectrum. And they can be pushed into homosexuality based on experiences in their life. And a lot of it happens from sexual abuse. But I don't think it's a fundamental big problem with society. Like, if some people choose to not reproduce and become homosexuals, what fundamental result does that have on the planet? What does it fucking matter? Who gives a fuck? I think it's actually an evolutionary thing that the planet has set up to control population size. I think that it's a genetic anomaly based on keeping the population controlled. Because if everybody on the planet was straight and heterosexual and reproduced, our population would be doubling every generation. And our resources couldn't sustain that. And so I think it's partially an evolutionary adaptation that the planet has orchestrated through genetics, all right, to limit the population. And it's fine, dude. We don't have to sit up here and say, oh my God, the gays, they're putting dicks in buttholes. They're going to face their own repercussions. I've said this before. It's like vice crime. It's like people who are addicted to drugs. They're going to face their own punishment. You don't have to sit up here and be like, oh my God, the evil gays. They're going to face their own punishment, dude. They're going to be wearing diapers in their 40s and 50s. They got their own problems. You think it's fun being gay? You think it's fun being attracted to hairy man asshole? And just this whole hookup culture where nothing is meaningful and everything is just a dopamine rush in the moment? You think these people are happy? There's a reason why gay people and bisexual people have a higher suicide rate and have a higher, a drug addiction rate. It's not that enjoyable of a life. And it's not just because of the social repercussion of like, oh, gay people are, marginalized. It's not just that. It's the literal activity of engaging in gay culture. Like I see in West Hollywood whenever I drive by the shit. Dancing on tables and fucking doing meth and, opening your butthole. It's not healthy. It's already not healthy, dude. They're going to face their own repercussions. We don't have to sit up here and condemn them for their activity. Just leave the goddamn children alone and we don't have anything to worry about. Oh, Anonymous Anarchy says, that's bullshit, Nick. We only get what they allow us to have. Yeah, so why are you defending them? What are you talking about, Anonymous Anarchy? Gay people? What's bullshit? Please explicate. Please elaborate. Alan James says, Big Gay has got to Nick. Dude, I've just met gay people who are goddamn hilarious and creative and smart as fuck. All right, I didn't know any gay people back in Oklahoma, but I came out here in Hollywood and I started going to the comedy clubs, and watching people sets. Dude, the best comedian at Fourth Wall is a gay dude named Eric Rocha. He is goddamn hilarious. I could learn a lot from that dude. I don't give a fuck what he does with his dick. It's none of my goddamn business. I mean, you guys, a lot of these people, commenting claim to be conservatives. Well, conservatives mean you keep your shit to your vest. Why are you investigating in other people's bedroom activity? What is any of that your goddamn business? Who gives a fuck? As long as they're not fucking kids, what is the goddamn problem? They're out there on the Grindr app, they're they're taking risks. All it is to me is funny. And Eric Rocha is funny to me because, you know, you can make gay jokes straight to his face and he's not going to get offended. He makes fun of faggots himself. He's the one guy who says faggot on stage without impunity. You know? He's a funny fuck. There's a lot of creative individuals that have contributed a lot to society that happen to be gay. And you're just sitting there obsessing about what they do with their dick in their private time. What the fuck does that have to do with you? David says if you don't take a stand against it, they will come for the kids. I think that's I don't know. That seems like high neuroticism to me. All right, I'm taking a shot. Thank you, Alan James, for the donation. Not all gay people are into kids, dude. It doesn't go hand in hand. There's a certain type of person who's a pedophile. And it's not always gay. I mean, there's plenty of pedophiles who are, you know, quote unquote heterosexual that are going after little girls and they're a man. Pedophilia doesn't go hand in hand with. I know, you know, the continuation of LGBTQ and like, oh, they're the you know, the cultural Marxism and Yuri Bezmenov and oh, the cultural subversion and just because you accept that homosexual people exist doesn't mean that you accept the slippery slope argument. The slippery slope argument comes into play when they actually start going after the kids. When they actually start teaching, you know, oh my God, the LGBTQ in school. When they start teaching it in school, there's no reason to instruct the kids about homosexuality and oh my God, there's no need. All right, if they want to get into it, there's plenty of content on Pornhub and X videos. They can get into the homosexuality if they want. All right, but it's the same thing as a vice crime. They're going to face their own repercussions. There's no need to, you know, sit up here and say, oh my God, they're evil. The government is evil. It has nothing to do with butt fucking. And I know, you know, people like Owen Benjamin are obsessed with butt fucking and you know, making that their main joke. Well, oh my God, this guy's gay. Who gives a fuck? Taxation is theft. That's the real argument. If you're not talking about taxation is theft, you're shilling for money. That's what it comes down to. Taxation is theft is so goddamn simple to understand. If you're not talking about it, you're shilling for money in one way or another. Owen is shilling for Christian money. It's time to just say it. Owen is shilling for Christian money. He's saying that God exists. He has no evidence for it, but he claims to be for truth. Owen is not for truth. He's a charlatan that's pretending to be into Jesus in order to get PayPal and you know, P.O. Box donations. Cheers up to the Outrage crew, you bunch of fucking bigots! All right. First of all, I love you, David, for giving me this pushback. I love the challenge of answering your comments. You give me some legitimate pushback here. David says they're literally coming for the kids right now. No one has to prove that. It's right in front of everyone's eyes. Are you talking about the transgender agenda? That doesn't have anything to do with gays. Gays don't like transgenders. Women don't like transgenders. The Outrage Chancellor, he got duped by a transgender. I don't like transgenders. It's super weird. It's super subjective. You know, you're pretending that surgery supplements your goddamn biology. And I don't like it. The only supplement to biology I support are tit implants. If you have some flat titties, go ahead and pump them bitches up. I don't support fake asses. I'm into real asses. All right? Cuz I know what it's like to have sex with a real ass doggy style. All right? There's an ocean wave thing that happens when it's real fat in the ass. All right? There's a tide in, there's a tide out. All right? When you're hitting it, if you would slow down the video in slow motion, dude, if you had my point of view motion with you know, the stripper chick from Compton, she's got fucking, you know, she's got music notes on her tattooed on her ass. She's got, you know, she's got hearts tattooed on her ass, dude. It's tremendous. And there's a real fucking in and out that happens when you're fucking a real ass. I'm not down with this Kylie Jenner bullshit where you just staple a beanbag chair to your tailbone and pretend that's an ass. It's not acceptable. But one thing I will not relent on is leave the fucking kids alone. But that's another thing. You got to take personal responsibility for that. If your public school that you're sending your kid to is teaching LGBTQ propaganda, that's your fault. Don't send your kid to public school. You knew what was happening. They were going to get propagandized. And now your kid is wearing, you know, feathered boas, and you know they're eating popsicles very provocatively. It's your fault. Stop sending your kid to public school. You know they're going to get indoctrinated, whether or not it's into the, you know, homosexual agenda, whether or not it's into the military-industrial complex agenda, whether or not, you know, the military individuals show up and want to give them the ASVAB test, and oh my God, isn't it cute? Keep your kids out of public school. Easy solution, dude. You got to stop blaming other demographics of people for your problems and start taking personal responsibility for what you're doing in your own life. Oh my God, the Outrage Chancellor is very hammered. I got to drink the rest of this water. Yeah, David says having all your priests be celibate men seems like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, you're ignoring human nature. You're ignoring male virility. Of course, they want to fuck. So if you make it taboo to fuck, who are they around all day? These altar boys, these young children that are in the church. I mean, if Christians are against homosexuality, they should let the priest marry. They should let the priest fuck. It's so weird, though. Thinking about like the chicken or the egg fallacy, right? Like, Because it's like, do the Christian priests turn gay after they become a priest? You know, and they realize they can't fuck and they can't have a traditional marriage. And so they're like, oh, these young boys around me, why not mouth fuck one of them? Is it that? Or is it that homosexual pedophiles are seeking out the priest positions because they realize they're going to have access to young boys? It's like 50-50. Front Row Enthusiast says heaven has the upper body strength to overwhelm Nick. Dude. Heaven has some flab on her arms, alright? That's not the same thing as upper body strength. The Outrage Chancellor, he does weighted dips. I almost tipped my microphone off the table, ladies and gentlemen. Mars Hot says public education is fake and gay. There you go. That's the real gay agenda, is public school. It's not gay people in West Hollywood hooking up on dating apps, on Grindr. Who gives a fuck? Alright, it's the enforced by a gun political system that forces you to put your kids in a Grindr. I mean, the gay app, the gay hookup app is Grindr, right? But the real Grindr is putting your kids into public school and just grinding them out like goddamn, ground beef. Oh yes, you're gonna support the state, and yes, and public individuals and private individuals, they just engage in evil behavior in the state. It acts as a safety net. And they come in and they protect. Oh my God. They provide you an education. What do you get out of 12 years of public school education? Try to go in and get a job with your goddamn high school diploma. Sorry, son. We're all out of toilet paper. Alan James says IQ, strength, and income. Heaven's all over Nick. Dude, my income far surpasses heaven. Alright, I get out on these Postmates streets, I make it happen. Alright, now she's in an Outrage boot. Who knows if she can go back to work. I gotta get some more water, ladies and gentlemen. More water! Let me play a song while I get water. Because I don't want to, I don't want to bore the Outrage crew. You know what the fuck it is. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get on this outrage pizza tip right here. We got the water filled up. We got to down some pizza and some water, ladies and gentlemen, to stay coherent. We're going to Google the Disneyland fight. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Let me Google this real quick. All right. Disney Land fight. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got some black people doing black people things. You know what the fuck it is. Oh, we got the Black Sabbath playing in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. What the hell? First of all, this chick right here in the tan and the jeans, she could get it. All right, she could get it from the Outrage Chancellor. All right, she got that trim waist, okay, and she got the fat booty. All right, and she got the long hair that the Outrage Chancellor could pull from behind. She could get it. You know, I don't know what the fuck else is going on. There's a lot of ratchet behavior. That fat woman took a dive, dude. That fat woman, she took a dive super hard. All right, that was a James Harden level flop. All right, she definitely flopped. She did not get hit hard to be laid out like that. Alan James, do not say it's a wig. All right, that's very detrimental to black culture. All right, they don't like their hair. All right, so they tie in weaves. All right, the proper term is weave. It's not a wig. I know this from hooking up with, 60 plus black chicks in LA. They don't like it being called a wig. I'm very experienced. All right, it's a weave. All right, they weave it into their natural hair and they pretend like they have white people hair. Continuing. Look at the fat titties. Hold on. Look at the fat titties of this individual right here. The Outrage Chancellor wants everything to do, all right, with this little shorty right here. All right, in the tan top and the jeans, she can get it from the Outrage Chancellor. Fuck, dude. She's got it going on. She's got them curves, dude. Oh my god! This dude in the red gives no fucks! He's punching everybody! You know, the sad part is, you know, if somebody showed up with a family-sized portion of Church's chicken right now, we could settle all this tension. If somebody showed up with a big fucking, you know, with a big family platter of KFC, come on! Where are the Disney representatives just trying to break up this fucking fight, dude? You gotta just show up with some fried chicken, you know, and you settle all the disputes. What the fuck? David says the Outrage Chancellor is a Section 8 vulture. I can't help the women that are attracted to the Outrage Chancellor. It's not necessarily my choice, you know, but fundamentally it is my choice because I can't stand white women. Dude, it wouldn't be a black people fight video unless somebody got called a bitch ass nigga. Dude, somebody's got to be called a bitch ass nigga, or else it's not a real world star hip hop video. Yeah, the kids involved is what annoys me the most, says Ellen James. Yeah, correct. What the fuck are you doing if you're a parent throwing down at Disneyland, dude? You trying to flex your mixed martial arts prowess, dude? What the fuck? But I do like a girl who could take a punch. All right, and that's just me. All right, because the Outrage Chancellor, he's going to give him, you know, he's going to bring that ruckus into the bedroom. I bring the ruckus. All right, so for a woman to be able to take a punch, you know, that's what I look for. I don't like these, you know, spindly, you know, chicken neck Nordic women or walking around here with no ass and no base. I like based women who have that hip to waist ratio, dude. I like that thickness. Nicole Servant says, don't like white women, that's racist. It's based on my personal experience. Alright, the first chick I ever hooked up with was a white woman. Alright, lost my virginity around 20 years old. Alright, I joined that theater program. After that, it was game over. I knew I was getting some pussy. She invited me over to her place. We smoked some weed, ladies and gentlemen. We watched, Jailhouse Rock by Elvis. I said by Elvis, as if he fucking directed the movie. You know what the fuck I'm talking about! Alright, we were over here, we were hanging out at this chick's house. Alright, we were smoking weed, we were watching Jailhouse Rock. So we were hanging out, we were watching Jailhouse Rock, dude. I was with this white chick, this white theater chick. And I was thinking I was getting some pussy, and then all of a sudden she gets a phone call. And we're laying in the bed, and she looks at me and she says, "Oh, this is my boyfriend. Hold on." What? I was like, man, my chances are ruined. I'm never going to get laid. And she proceeds to talk to her boyfriend for 20 minutes while I'm laying there in the bed next to her with a hard dick. And she's like, "Oh my God, you haven't been taking out any trash. You haven't been doing any chores around the house. Oh my God." She was complaining to this dude ad infinitum. And then she hangs up the phone and reaches back and grabs the outraged chancellor's dick, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. And at that point, I didn't have no qualms about the situation. She could have had the motherfucker on FaceTime still, and I would not have resisted the dick grabbing. She could have had him on FaceTime like, no, dip down behind my shoulder so where my boyfriend can't see you. Okay, yeah. Put it in. Go ahead. So anyway, this whole thing about you not taking out the trash enough, it's really fucked up. I didn't give a fuck. It was my first dick grabbing ever, dude, and that ruined me on white chicks because I can't trust them. I cannot trust them. Anytime I encounter a white chick, it's like, I just don't vibe with them, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. And the black women are super into the outraged chancellor. You know, cause I'm rude and I'm politically incorrect. I said uncorrect, but I meant incorrect. All right, I'm slightly inebriated. All right, let me get some comments here. Alan James says, all the stories Nick has told about black girls and black guys he's fucked, and he concentrates on this one dumb white girl he tried to get with when he was a virgin. I don't get your point, Alan James. She turned me off with white chicks. All right, she was very untrustworthy. You know, you can't trust them. Black chicks are at least honest. They'll tell you what the fuck is bothering them. I mean, as crazy as heaven is, she'll at least let you know what the fuck is going on, instead of harboring it for months and then blowing up all at one point. I like the honesty, dude. I like the realness. Alright? I like the thickness. I mean, I know these white chicks are out here in the gym. They're trying very hard to get the booty like black chicks. Because everybody's into booty nowadays. Dude, I was that booty hipster. I was into booty. Way before anybody else was. I was into Vita Guerrera. Let me show you some shit from my childhood right here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was looking at when I first got the internet. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now they have some fucked up pictures because it's Vita Guerrera, and she's kind of a middle-aged woman at this point. But I'm looking for one particular picture that I saw when I was a goddamn teenager. Where's the goddamn picture? Dude, Vita Guerrera had that goddamn booty. And I saw this shit and I realized what was possible. Alright? Here's the picture right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this goddamn picture. They want me to sign up to the newsletter and it's not happening, dude. We're just looking at the booty. Now, this is what the Outrage Chancellor was looking at, dude. That's what we need in this world, dude. We need some goddamn slim waists and some fat booties. Alright, that's what the white women can't provide. They provide a lot of neuroticism, a lot of bullshit, you know. A lot of shit tests. A lot of attitude. And people make a big deal about the black women attitude. And Vita Guerrera isn't even black, she's Hispanic. Alright, but people make a big deal about the black women attitude. And all it is you got to overcome that first shit test. You got to not give a fuck about their first freak out. And then they're yours. It's pretty goddamn simple. You just got to not freak out. But what with white women, it never fucking ends. Alright, every morning you gotta worry about, oh my god, what is she thinking? What does she expect? What does she want? Oh my god. It's so goddamn boring and gay. Bradley Murray says, I would be disowned if I had a black chick by friends and family. Dude, there is nothing. Full disclosure on the Outrage Cast. There is nothing I desire more than a thick-ass black chick who has a British accent. Oh my god! Come on, dude! Oh my... The Outrage Chancellor, I love you. I know I have a very fat booty, and it's all I can do for Western civilization is just give up the booty for the Outrage Chancellor. Oh, fuck! Give me a goddamn thick-ass black chick with a British accent, dude. That's what I'm looking for. And I almost met one on the dating apps. Here's a funny story. There was this super sexy black chick on these dating on OkCupid and on Tinder. I saw her on multiple dating apps. I don't know if she had fake ass or titties, but god damn it, she was just so banging. Her waist was so trim and her fucking booty was so fat, and the titties were just fucking ridiculous. And she was this super hot black chick. And I saw her on the dating apps multiple times. And she said in her profile that she had a British accent. And I tried hooking up with her. And dude, it got to the point where she invited me over to her place. And she sent me an address. And I went to the address, ladies and gentlemen. I went to the address that she sent me, and I was knocking on the door, I was calling the number, I was doing everything, and then she sends me this message on the dating app. Oh my god, I can't believe you fell for this. That was a fake address. She sent me a fake address. That's why I can't tolerate these dating apps, dude. You got to get out on these streets and talk to these real women, dude. I was knocking on random people's doors thinking it was the chick from the dating app. What the fuck? She was so goddamn deceptive. Burgess says, most of my history is with Hispanic women. When they love you, it's fire. When they hate you, it's fire. It's just fire. You know, I haven't gotten involved with a Hispanic woman yet. All right, but it's coming. I feel it coming. I feel it in the distance. You know, because you know, some of these Hispanic women, especially if they got Caribbean mixed with them, they got them fat booties, dude. But the regular Mexican women, I don't dig it. I don't like it. Because, like, their waist is the same size as their booty. They got a fat booty, but the waist is the same size. Ah! Why you got that uniform booty waist situation? David says you got clown son. I think that's what I'd say when I was a Negro. I definitely got clown. That's why I deleted all my dating apps. All right, you should be engaging women in actual reality. All right, if you're engaging them at all. Alan James says, first, why would you go to a residential address somebody sent you on a dating app, not meet at a pub or something? Because I'm trying to get my fuck on. I'm not trying to go to some, public place and then have a bitch, request for me to buy her a drink. And then all of a sudden I'm spending $20, $30, $40 for nothing, potentially. Because the more you invest before you have sex with a woman, the less she respects you, fundamentally, when it comes to a hookup situation. And I realize I'm going to have to adjust when it comes to, like, meeting a woman and being like, oh my God, she might be a good candidate for having my kids. I realize I'm going to have to adjust to that. But for strictly a hookup situation, if a girl, you don't want to meet her at a public place. You want to meet her at her place or at your place. All right, that's what the real outrage gangsters do. All right, and the girls that are just trying to hook up, that's what they want you to do. They want you to invite them over to your place or her place and bring some liquor, bring some goddamn wine, bring some goddamn alcohol, and get the party popping. That's what they want if they really just want to hook up. But the girls of quality that I would want to, have kids with, I'm going to have to make that evaluation on the fly of like, oh, this is a super high quality woman. I mean, if she's super fine and she's intelligent as well and she's down with the cause, she's down with taxation and theft. She's down with, homeschooling the kids. All right. You got to make that evaluation on the fly. Bradley Murray says, my history are white, English only women. Well, there you go, dude. You're in that, that cultural uniformity. All right. I'm down with hooking up with a white chick if she's got that British accent. But these American white chicks, I'm done. I'm done! They're so superficial and vapid and retarded. And I just don't feel a vibe with them, dude. They don't vibe with the Outrage Chancellor.
Can I ask a question? Who's on their period today? I am bleeding like crazy.
If any of y'all were wondering, Heaven is bleeding like crazy and she's on her period. Can you give us any more specific updates of what's happening?
I bleed so heavy. I have to wear a tampon and a pad at the same time. It's great. You should see me when I was bleeding out at work. It was great.
Can you show the outrage boot on the podcast?
If you
Can you lift your leg up and I can show the
we're
outrage?
not talking about this shit when you're not gonna fucking apologize. Fuck no. You don't apologize to fuck no.
Why would I apologize for you broken your foot? Because I didn't take you to the emergency
because
room?
you didn't offer. I would have told you no. But the carelessness.
I'm not your daddy.
But you should be a caring person. I expect more of you, and that's my fault. And that's just for me. I would never have. I'm gonna do Postmates instead of and leave you at home and not take you to the doctor. When I said out loud, my boyfriend can't pick me up for like 5 hours.
You didn't say that.
I did. I said my boyfriend cannot pick me up to your face. That means you don't listen.
You didn't say that your boyfriend couldn't
Either way,
pick you
you're
up.
not gonna apologize because you don't see anything wrong with it. Therefore, don't talk about my boot. Fuck you.
I feel bad.
You don't feel that bad because you didn't. When I cried in the kitchen, you barely looked at me or cared that I.
Because I was trying to make funny out of it on the podcast.
It wasn't funny. Tears are streaming down my face. Therefore, that's not funny.
I know. That's why we ended it.
You have to work on your. I hope you work on your people skills because you deserve better.
You gotta understand. You walked in on the podcast.
I didn't want to walk in crying. I wasn't that much.
I'm not saying you
pain.
wanted to. I'm just saying that's what happened.
Just
and
know.
so me and Kevin were sitting here trying to make funny out of this out of the situation.
But when you step on my bed and you laugh in my face on camera, that triggered me. I was trying to be calm about it. That shit, fuck. That's where I lost it. And that's not okay. You laugh at my shit.
I didn't stomp on your bed.
No,
I
I don't care. I could not sleep in my bed last night because I can't sleep on that. I was not going to do laundry because I couldn't walk. My boyfriend is here now to do my laundry, to wash my sheets. I'm sorry, I'm a neat freak. I don't want your shoe strap on my. I didn't sleep last night because of that shit. And you didn't give up. You still don't, bro. So don't talk about my boot. Facts. I love you, but fuck that. No. No.
We have an outrage boot in the studios.
No, we don't. We have a heaven fucking boot, you asshole. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, you don't own this shit. Fuck you. Fucking serious? You're the fucking one that.
We're just trying to have fun in the outrage cast, all right?
I'm a fun reader. Sorry, guys, but maybe because I'm PMSing. Sorry, but fucking grow up, bro.
Well, we do empathize with Heaven, all right? She's on her period. She broke her ankle. It's very tough. It's a tough situation. David says, LOL, her boyfriend came to do her laundry. Yes, the pussy eater is very subservient to Heaven. She takes all of her orders.
How dare you stop fucking talking shit about someone you don't know? It's not funny. Stop. It's not okay. But you know what? I'm going to stop reacting to your bullshit. I'm not okay with this. And you don't care about me because you're laughing in my face at me. And
I'm not laughing at you.
You stepped on my bed, you laughed in my face. You didn't wash your sheets twice when I asked you to. You laughed in my face, told me to wash the sheets myself. I can go on, but we're not.
I'm laughing at the
absurdity.
absurdity.
I went through for me and us. We're not going to talk about those surgeries. We're not going to air out your fucking dirty laundry. We're not going to fucking do that shit right now.
I'm laughing at the absurdity of the
I'm
situation.
telling you, you're hurting me again. And
We're just trying
I
to.
need to move out of this apartment. I can't do this with you anymore.
We're just trying to defend West.
It's not helping for me. You're hurting me.
We're just trying to defend Western civilization. We're just trying to defend. We're just trying to romance the truth on the outrage cast. Bradley Murray says, "I would kick her out so quick it would take her an hour to realize she's homeless." What? No, there's no.
Go ahead.
There's no.
I fucking try it, please. Fucking do it, please.
There's no kicking anybody out because she's.
Don't read stupid ass comments about my lifestyle and my life when I was living in the car with you for 3 months. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is your problem? Maybe I need help, and I need to get the help out of here. I'm good. Because I don't like you bringing this out of me. I don't like this shit. I'm fucking good. And you're laughing still. I'm not a joke, bro. And I'm not your friend either.
Well, Heaven's on the lease. We can't just kick individuals out of the apartment.
It's really Heaven's my friend, and I don't know, she's not an asshole to me who hasn't treated me like shit, or that psychopath that she lived with. What the fuck are you talking about?
Heaven's a good woman.
I'm a good person who treats you with a fucking respect when you don't give that shit back to me, period.
Yes, I do, but you
Oh my fucking, I don't
She does not recognize it. All right.
You didn't wash your sheets when other girls had sex in the same bed. We shared the same bed when I asked you to twice. I was up until 4 in the morning washing those sheets with other people's shit on there. 4 in the morning, working 13-hour days. But yeah, you give a fuck, right?
I asked. I offered to commit to heaven.
Don't fucking lie, dude. Fucking, I don't want to be with an asshole. I'm sorry. You broke up with me. Don't fucking forget. You broke up with me, you fucking piece of loveliness. God.
I offered to commit to heaven.
Stop talking about my relationship. Stop talking about that. That's intimate. Don't fucking do that, please. That's personal, and that's something I don't want to talk to you about because that's your personal thing, and that's mine. Please don't do that to me.
What's up, Con? What's up, Con?
I'm
Glad to
sorry.
have you on the Outrage Cast. What's up, bigots? Alan James says, I didn't realize till now Nick is the sub, Heaven is the dom.
I don't believe that. I just want to be friends, and you don't want to be either. You want to be a fucking asshole. And I don't
not want to be an asshole.
I don't like you. I allow you to bring this out of me. It's not you. I allow this, and that's why I need to get away from you because you trigger me because I care about you, and you don't give a fuck about me. That's why you can laugh. I care. That's why I'm yelling because I give a fuck about you, dude. But
I give a fuck too.
I'm fuck is hurting me. I don't like it. I need to fucking leave you.
I've just steadily detached myself because
I'm detaching now. I'm fucking good. After, God bless you, and I wish you well. I wish you nothing bad. But I need to leave you.
Heaven's a good woman.
Not for you.
We wish her well in the Outrage Cast.
Why do you keep treating me like shit then? Why do you keep treating me so poorly? If I'm a good person, you keep saying that. Why do you keep answer me? Why? Why do you treat me the way you treat me? If I'm really a good person, why?
Treat you like shit.
You have no respect for me. I fell. And I watched. You know what you're doing, dude. Fuck you. I had a surgery for our lives to be okay.
I'm just trying to wade through.
And then you still charge me for the months I had to be recovering for that because I can pay rent because I was dealing with the actual physical repercussions of that bullshit. And I'm not gonna say what it is, so fuck you, asshole. And you still charge that, and I agree with that shit. But yeah, you fucking care, right? I don't like the way you care about me. Fuck you.
We all wish Heaven well.
I wish you all well, and I wish him well, but I'm good. And I'm sorry for making you guys upset.
We're trying to stay
bad.
positive on the Outrage
But
Cast.
don't mention my name when I come in the door if you don't want me to act like this. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. I was fine. I didn't say shit.
Don't what?
Don't mention my name when I walk in the door and be so condescending if you don't
Well,
want
I have to address that you walked
No,
in.
you don't have to say shit. I'm not talking because I'm tired. I'm busy. I don't like it. And you say things on purpose. I feel to upset me. And
No, I'm not trying to upset you. The Outrage crew just makes jokes, and I'm.
I don't like the way you. I don't give a fuck. God bless them. I've known you for how many years? Your behavior is not okay. I don't care what they say, but you laughing at me in my face. Y'all can laugh all you want, but you're fucked up. And if I'm fucked up, I need to leave. Fuck this. I'm good. If I'm fucked up, let me get the fuck out of here then.
Do you think you're being affected by the chemtrails?
Yes, I am. And you're the worst chemtrail in this fucking house. And you're laughing at my fucking care for you. Ooh.
No, I'm not.
You're drunk, and when you're drunk, you act even meaner, and I'm fucking good.
It's not what's happening.
Babe, you're right, it's not. I'm crazy, and I don't feel being a crazy black girl. I'm crazy because I love people, and I love myself, and I love myself enough to get the fuck away from you, but I'm good, babe. I support you. I would never talk shit about you at all like that, ever. Period.
Same.
But I need you to just stop. When I walk in the door, don't say shit about me, please. Don't do it. Because this is what's going to keep happening.
We're going to pretend that Heaven doesn't exist on the Outrage Cast
Not
anymore.
Things I don't want to talk. Do you realize I don't talking to you address me most of the time? Because I'm in my own zone trying to be in my own zone, and I
know the Outrage Cast is intrusive.
No, you are intrusive. You are relaying that shit out loud to me on purpose. Stop. I'm telling you to please stop. I love these people, but it's not my channel, and you're hurting me. I came in yesterday, and you just made a comment about. You didn't ask if I was okay. Nothing.
You're roommating with the Outrage Chancellor, which means you're.
I'm roommating with a fucking asshole, and for 6 years I didn't know you were a fucking asshole. You're looking at a screen with your friend who's been there with you through all this bullshit. You're laughing. You're not.
I think you should clap after every one of your points. like Mars Hot says, keep her name out your mouth. We're keeping Heaven's name out of her mouth, ladies and gentlemen.
I bet you $10 within the week you won't be able to fucking do that bullshit, asshole. But let's see if you can. Let's challenge your fucking self, you beautiful person.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not you, 'cause I know you.
The outrage soap opera is in full effect.
And you don't see anything wrong with what you're doing at all, and I don't.
I'm just broadcasting the truth to the outrage crew.
Your fucking friend is not okay.
What is not okay?
You're hurting me, and you think it's funny.
Hurting you how?
Annie,
By goofing on you because we love you?
I'm telling you to stop, and you're not listening. Therefore, you're going against, and you're disrespecting me. Therefore, I do not trust you.
Tell me to stop what? Talking?
Stop talking shit about talking about me when I open the door. Stop being fucking mean to me on purpose and laughing about fucking the shit someone drinking. All these little itty big things that you think is nothing. It's a big deal because I give a fuck about you. You don't give a fuck about me, so fine. I don't give a fuck about you. You won't like that person, but fine. Fuck it. I'm good. God bless you all. I'm sorry for being an asshole, but
What does giving a fuck mean?
oh, you'll see, baby. Fucking you'll see. Oh, you will see. So you won't give a fuck. It's your show. God bless you. Love you. I look crazy black, but I don't give a fuck.
Oh my God.
You're welcome for the laugh. You're welcome for the entertainment. You're welcome. You're like I'm fucking charge you, asshole.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Outrage TV Late Night Radio. Alright, we're here in the Saturday night special, ladies and gentlemen. We're here broadcasting live from the Outrage Studios. And,
Please do not eat my food. Please do not eat my food. I'm saying this because on camera. Do not eat my food.
I have lots of food.
Thank you.
I just got some free pizzas.
Don't eat my food because you like to do that shit.
Con says, how long has this been going on for? Well,
Way too fucking long. God bless you.
well, me and Heaven, we were homeless partners there. We were living in the Outrage hatchback. All right, and you know, she's been through a lot of shit, and we respect that fact. All right, we're trying to find a roommate that's not tumultuous, that doesn't shake the boat. All right, but it does provide hilarious content for the Outrage crew, and we do recognize that fact. Heaven is an integral part of the Outrage soap opera. All right, and Alan James says bald eagle greater than bald turtle. Well, I can't help but agree. You know, I fundamentally, you know, I wish I could afford the Outrage Studios by myself. I wish I didn't have to have a roommate. All right, but the Outrage Chancellor, he's very broke. All right, he's very destitute. Okay, PayPal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute to the Roof Preservation Fund. Thank you, front hole enthusiast. You know, but we're making it do what it do, baby. With the Postmates salary. I'm trying to become the goddamn head manager of this apartment complex, but for now we have to put up with roommate drama. And it's fun to me. All right? Because I've fundamentally detached myself from the situation. And that's what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes as a man, you have to detach yourself emotionally when you realize the situation is not in your favor. All right? And fundamentally, I wish, you know, I could live by myself and Heaven could go live with the pussy eater and live happily ever after. For those who don't know, the pussy eater is Heaven's quote-unquote boyfriend, who she has attached herself to because the Outrage Chancellor has stuck to his principles, you know, of defending Western civilization and prioritizing that over the relationship with Heaven. And, you know, but unfortunately, the pussy eater, all right, her quote-unquote boyfriend, he lives with his parents, and apparently they don't accept heaven's presence in the domicile. And so, I don't know what the fuck is happening. All right, we just accept heaven's rent payments. All right, we're doing what we can on the Postmates endeavor. All right, until I get the goddamn manager job at the apartment complex. Oh, James says Nick's going to go after her. He's living in a movie script. Dad, I'm not going after Heaven. Heaven is very unstable. She's very unpredictable. All right. I did proclaim to Heaven that I was willing to settle down and be monogamous with her. And she declined, and that's fine. All right, and I have a newfound freedom. All right, I have a newfound detachment, and it's fine, dude. But we tolerate the roommate situation. It's what you have to do when you're living in Hollywood when you're paying $12.50 for the studio. Front Hall Enthusiast says, you deliver pizza to rich folk and come home to that. Fuck that shit, Nick. You're better than that. Dude, it's fine. This is what you have to tolerate. All right, these are the lean years in Hollywood for the outraged chancellor, okay? We have to put up with roommate situations, and it's fine. All right? Heaven has been way better than any roommate other than Kevin Pollard that I've ever had. All right, she's a good woman fundamentally. All right,
so much so that you asked to be back with me. Oh my fucking goodness! Stop saying my name in the past. I'm fucking good. Fuck you.
Huh?
Talk so much.
What's up, Primordial Soup? What did you say?
Nothing. I was talking to myself.
Front Hole says, that was the moment you should have parted ways. What are you talking about?
I'm grateful for this man in my life. He's a great person.
I'm grateful for Heaven. We were homeless together.
And we were, and we also...
We made it work.
Not just that. You said I was first person you met when I was here, when you first got here. I also helped you move out of Sacobat's house on a whim.
Why do you have an earplug in?
Because I don't want to hear your loud ass screaming and come in the house. I'm trying to ignore you, but I'm trying to give you... Don't fucking touch me, please. Please don't touch me right now, please.
Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
I appreciate him as a person, but just when a relationship is past you and you're growing apart, that's that. And I'm just not happy because I allow him to make me upset. And that's on me. He's a great person. What you believe, that's fine. God bless you all. I know it's crazy, and that's okay. I'm having complete. I love you. Goodbye.
What's up, Tatiana? Tatiana's on that late night living. She's out here in Los Angeles. It's 2:41 in the a.m. She's on that late night peeping. Ooh, she's peeping into the outrage crew.
You should play the song "Bust It Down" Tatiana for her. She's a great supporter and she's a girl.
Heaven likes Tatiana way more than the outraged chancellor. It's a budding lesbian relationship. Honestly, it's a budding lesbian relationship. Tatiana and Heaven. You know, they're eventually going to get together, and the outraged chancellor is going to work his way into that situation. Tatiana just got home. Damn, she's on that late night fat burger shift. I saw you up in there in Beverly Hills today. Burgess says Heaven is great, but she's giving him flashbacks. Yeah, that's the rub, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Heaven she's got a lot of redeeming qualities. All right, but she's too goddamn volatile to trust. All right, I'm looking for a woman to trust. All right, for the outraged chancellor's future. Alan James says Tatiana just got back from Clean Talking's place. How dare you, dude? That's not what's happening! I don't blame any women for going to Clean Talking's place. Alright, he's clean. He does a lot of talking. Somehow he manages to have his whole wardrobe super fresh every goddamn week, even though he has multiple children. But yeah, Heaven is pretending to be fully committed to the pussy eater now. And it's very weird. Sometimes I come home and the pussy eater's here. What's cracking, Clean Talking? What's up, baby? Oh, dude, you tuned in so late. We're going to take another shot for the Outrage crew. I'm heavily inebriated, but I don't give a goddamn, dude. We're getting on this motherfucking shot. I bought the motherfucking $8 hitter. I bought this $8 hitter, dude. We're getting in on it, dude. No, the fuck it is. The Outrage crew respects the outrage drama. Cheers up to you. Tatiana says, I'm rooting for you too, dead ass. Don't do that. Don't root for me in heaven. It's never going to work. She's too goddamn volatile. All right? She's prone to eruption on any given night. All right? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency. All right? But, I'm not saying that, if Tatiana wants to come over and get in this Oreo behavior, I'm not saying that's outside of the question. All right, because Heaven is very volatile, but she's also very, very horny. She's very horny every night of the week. All right, and this is what confuses the Outrage Chancellor, because she's, one night she's calling me gay, one night she's saying she's never going to talk to me again, and then the next night, I'm laying in bed and she creeps in bed with the Outrage Chancellor and grabs my dick. It's mixed messages, dude. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I'm riding it out with the Outrage crew. We're out here on this goddamn Outrage battleship, dude. We're letting it happen. All right, we're putting the condoms on. We're not taking any chances. David says, Nick's an atheist. He rejects heaven. Dude, it is a slight metaphor. All right, that her name is Heaven. All right, and I'm rejecting her. It's it's a little bit of a metaphor. Clean Talking says he fucked a fat girl and fed her cake. Now, that's very disturbing. That's very disturbing. All right. The Outrage Chancellor, he does not support thick waists. All right. Get your motherfucking thick waist out here. Leave your cake for after the gym. All right. Go in there and do some goddamn squats and then eat your cake. All right. None of this goddamn no workout cake eating. Bullshit. All right, the Outrage Chancellor has to take a piss. He shall return. We shall return, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah. Some call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice. 'Cause I speak of the pompatus of love. People talk about me, baby. Say I'm doing you wrong, doing you wrong. Well, don't you worry, baby, don't worry. 'Cause I'm right here, right here, right here, right here at home. 'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight joker. I get my loving on the run. You're the cutest thing that I ever did see. I really love your beaches, want to shake your tree. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it all the time. Ooh, baby, I sure show you a good time. 'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a winner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. Play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight joker.
What the fuck are you talking about? Heaven killing the Outrage Chancellor? That's not gonna happen, dude. Alright, we're keeping on our Western Civilization Defense Fund. Alright, PayPal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute to the double gauge shotgun. A 12 gauge shotgun to defend the domicile. And defend from, resentful females that I don't commit to. Don't be talking about my white man dance moves, clean talking. Alright? I got white man dance moves. Alright? You don't even fucking know about it, dude. You don't even know about my white man dance moves.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park. Meantime, sound of the river is stopping you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. But the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south. Under the town.
None. Oh, clean talking says no more liquor. We're just making the arguments here, ladies and gentlemen. This is late night Outrage TV video. All right. This is Late Night Outrage TV radio, ladies and gentlemen. This is that late night radio voice. Please keep your eyes on the road. Don't get distracted, ladies and gentlemen. I know you might be inebriated on the roadways there. Just please be safe on the roadways for Outrage TV, all right? If you have a baggie of drugs there, tuck that baggie away, all right? Don't get caught by the popo, okay? Don't get caught by the popo. Tuck that baggie away. Outrage TV, late night radio. Taxation is theft. You know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. The deep state endeavor. They're trying to, inflate your currency. They're trying to devalue the dollar, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let them do it. Argue against them, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get a bank account at Bank of America. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Get a bank account at the local Federal Credit Union there, and just do your thing, ladies and gentlemen. Just do your goddamn thing, and don't participate in the military-industrial complex situation. Get your dance on, dude. That's what you gotta do. Sometimes, man. Get your motherfucking dance on. I'm not doing an outrage striptease tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The shirt is not coming off. All right, we're staying controlled in the Outrage cast. Even as inebriated as we are, we're still accepting super chats for shots, ladies and gentlemen. We still got a lot of tequila left. Primordial Soup says, Nick, kudos to you for trying to put masculinity back into the West Coast comedy. We're trying our best, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying our best. I did get derailed by the goddamn, I was super excited about getting my dick sucked the other day on the streets in Beverly Hills, and I ran into I got duped by a tranny individual. And I did get my dick sucked, and I didn't kill anybody. And, I give myself a win for not killing the individual after the encounter. All right, I was in the post-ejaculate euphoria, and I did not kill anybody. And Alan James says play a Clean Talking vid. All right, let's go to Clean Talking's Instagram, because I see Clean Talking. He's posting all these goddamn, Instagram vids, and he does the repost. He doesn't give a goddamn who's seen the shit before. Let me Google up the Clean Talking Instagram. Clean Talking John. I'm very inebriated. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for the typos. We're trying to find Clean Talking John's Instagram. What is your goddamn Instagram, Clean Talking? Play the one about the fat girl. I googled Clean Talking John Instagram and nothing came up, Dad. I gotta check my motherfucking phone to see what Clean Talking's Instagram is. What the fuck is it? Unless you're gonna post it in the chat, dude. It's all one word, Clean Talking John. Okay. Let me erase the spaces here. Ain't no spaces in this motherfucker's name. Clean Talking John Instagram. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Oh, dude. Alright, let's go picture in picture with Clean Talking.
Shit, you feel what I'm saying? The first time I seen him, and the bitch almost came out of me, but I held my shit. You feel what I'm saying? The first time I seen him, niggas was like, yo, T.I. He was behind me and shit, and I heard the nigga talking. He like, man, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? West Side goddamn bankhead, shawty. I said, oh, that nigga Tip behind me. And then I took a deep breath and turned around and said, what up, Tip? What's up, my nigga? I was happy to see my dog. I posted it on Facebook. Niggas been sending me telling me I need to pay more offering in church. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got God. I'm like, nigga, I was an extra. I got paid $100 for that motherfucking video, but it was T.I., so I was cool. What's up, man? I feel like I seen you somewhere before. You didn't think I'm Breaking Bad? I'm just fucking with you. Anyway. Walk, looking ass. Walk, you know what I'm saying? Boy, yeah, you got to count on me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Heisenberg. I'm telling you, you didn't take offense to it because LA is so sensitive. I came here wearing one time, I was talking about my dick, and the bitch almost came out of me. But
Oh my God. Man, that Ice House video is that Ice House audio is fucking terrible. I can't even hear what the fuck he's saying.
I got a puppy, bro, and I took the puppy outside to use the restroom, and it was wet outside, so her feet got wet, and I found myself in the bathroom blow drying her damn feet at 6 in the morning so she wouldn't catch a cold. You dig me? Like, what black man do you know is blow drying paws at 6 in the morning, man? Come on, bro. Let's be realistic. Who the hell blow dries paws? My daughter went and told her mom, like, I think daddy on that shit. He in the bathroom blowing Bella's paws. Yeah, he went out to Kansas and got on that meth. I'm like, no, man, I just care a little bit more. I hate my job, man. I work at Amazon, and it's the most dangerous job in America. I'm going to tell you why. Picture me in street clothes going in your backyard to deliver a package. What would you do? What would you do? If you seen me jump over your gate, and you happen to come outside and see me, I got a puppy, bro, and I took the puppy outside.
Oh, dude, that bit is fire, dude. That it cut off before the shit really hit.
I roll with you. So if this is suicide mission, nigga, you gotta think about me. This is on your own time. You don't say. We in the car. He's like, man, I'm a 30-year-old man. I can handle this shit. I'm about to drink the booze. I said, you ain't never drank before. You still call this shit booze. You're only 30. Oh, your old ass call this shit booze. What you talking about? That's why I didn't trust that you were sober. So we in the car. This nigga's just driving. And I'm like, Corey. Yeah. Shit. He's driving the other way. I'm like, hey, bro, you swerving. He literally tells me this. John, you're such a real friend. You tell me when I'm swerving. Other guys wouldn't tell me that in my car. I'm gonna need you to take the glasses off so I can see what the hell you're thinking back there. The way you said that shit was crazy as hell. Literally, I roll with you. So this is suicide.
I don't know what the fuck video to show on Clean Talking. Link me to a goddamn video, dude. I don't know what the fuck to show. Clean Talking, he posts all these goddamn Instagram videos, dude. He's on this fucking Instagram, you know, he's on this Instagram shotgun. He's fucking posting all them goddamn videos from all the hard drives, all the archives, dude. He's on that goddamn Instagram posting. I need to get on my Instagram game, ladies and gentlemen. I need to post some podcast clips. If any of them bigots out there, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to post the robot voice is so fucking weird. Dude, if anybody wants to clip out the Outrage Chancellor and post them up on goddamn YouTube, it's much appreciated. All right, because I'm so goddamn busy in the middle of the day. I'm out here trying to make this rent money. You know? Fuck. Alan James donated $2. Thank you, sir. Yeah, unfortunately, you had to follow the Nick Heaven meltdown. Well, nightly. I mean, there's a nightly meltdown. There's a Nick Heaven meltdown. All right, and it's part of the Outrage soap opera. All right, and we're fine with it. We're fine with it, ladies and gentlemen, because it's better than the psychotic roommates I've had to put up with in the past. At least she's not. At least she's not currently addicted to coke. At least she doesn't smell, all right, like a man who's lived, 10 to a room in downtown LA. All right, let's play one more. Let's just go through Clean Talking's Instagram just because I'm heavily inebriated, and why the fuck not?
She's in the matches. We jacking off.
What the fuck is this shit? Play the full video.
I was a rapper. Sit your ass back. I had a lady get in my car with a dog and lie about it being a service dog. This bitch gonna say some stupid shit like, oh, she alerts me when my phone's going off. I said, get this ashy dog out my fucking car. Got fucking hair everywhere, shedding all over the goddamn backseat, and you gonna lie and say it's a service dog. It's about the motherfucker in the phone went off, the dog ain't say shit. I said, bitch, I thought you said it was a motherfucking service dog. This motherfucker ain't servicing shit. You heard the phone, I heard the phone, you picked it up. Hello? The fuck? They lie about shit. Then the bitch gonna take a rolly blade. Let me get all that hair out of here. I'm like, look at them long ass old titties. Oh my god, they were melting. She bent over and the bitch had on a bra and it looked like it was just naked skin. I was like, they got a nipple. Woo! Woo! Ratting titties. Sick. Don't ever look at me. You fucked up. Like me right now. Anyway, I was driving this Asian woman and I was a rapper. Sit your ass back. I had a lady get in my car with a dog and lie about it being a service dog. This bitch gonna say some stupid shit like, oh, she alerts me when my phone's going off. I said, get this ashy dog out my fucking car. Got fucking hair everywhere, shedding all over the goddamn backseat, and you gonna lie and say it's a service dog. So the motherfucker in the phone went off, the dog ain't say shit. I said, bitch, I thought you said it was a motherfucking service dog. This motherfucker ain't servicing shit. You heard the phone, I heard the phone, you picked it up. Hello?
What the hell kind of comedy is this where he replays the shit over and over?
We jacking off. I'm getting no therapeutic bed and tell on you. You fucking girl, you cheating, that bitch still be in the bed. And print just, you like, who the fuck been in this ain't me? And you know girls are gonna try to fit their body in that posture. Let me see, motherfucker. This ain't me. This bitch about 5'6". I'm 5'5". Who's this bitch?
I don't know what the fuck Clean Talking is talking about on stage, dude. He's a goddamn renegade. That's why we like him. Comes there and spits some real shit, dude. Sorry if you can barely hear it. We're on the the infantile. We're on the Instagram here. We're scrolling through videos, dude. We're on the fucking razor's edge. All right, this is the goddamn Outrage crew. This is the fucking crew of bigots on the Outrage battleship, dude. We're out here combating the seas of cultural Marxism, dude. Either way, Clean Talking's on board, dude. And I was thinking about this street roasting that me and Clean Talking are talking about doing. And I was thinking about how is the camera situation going to work? Because I was in the shower the other day and I was like, is this shit going to really work? Because I was thinking about what are we going to show on camera? Are we going to show the person getting roasted and then me and Clean Talking off camera roasting them? Or like, how is the camera situation going to work? Because it seems like we need cameras on us and cameras on them as well to cut back and forth. But I don't know. It might be funny if we just have their reaction and us off camera making fun of the shit. Front Hole says the Chancellor's getting shanked tonight. Nobody's getting shanked. I don't know where Heaven went. All right, she probably went to purchase a shank. All right, she probably went to the Hollywood bodega there. Queen Talking says somebody has to hold it for us. We need a cameraman. No, dude, come on. I mean, think better of the Outrage Chancellor here. We got the setup, dude. We got the tripod. All right, we got the camera holder. All right, so the cameraman is no issue. All right, we just got to get it framed. All right, we got to find the individuals that want to get roasted in Hollywood. And then I think we just keep the camera on them and then make fun of them off camera. Like we have an intro and we're like, oh, this is street roasting with Nick Jordan and Clean Talking John. And then we show the interaction when we meet them and be like, oh, we're going to roast you on camera. And then we show them their reaction on camera because that's camera and laughing and falling out. And then we see their reaction because we're trying to make them laugh. That's the fucking goal with it. Tatiana says, Heaven to hold the cam. Fuck the tripod. Get a cameraman. Well, we don't fundamentally need a cameraman. We just got to get that shit framed correctly and put it on the goddamn tripod. And don't be speculating about whether or not Tatiana is a tranny. Tatiana is 100% woman. All right. She's out there in Beverly Hills, She's dealing with these goddamn difficult customers. All right. There's nothing transsexual about Tatiana. Bradley Murray says, Nick, have you ever been to a Trump rally? No, I have not. I have not. But I kind of want to, dude. I kind of want to go to that Trump rally. That's that rock star endeavor, Dude, just because the Outrage Chancellor got duped, all right, doesn't mean that any of the women that the Outrage Chancellor has met, all right, and engaged with are gender fluid. All right, there's nothing gender fluid about 99.9% of the individuals I've encountered with out here. All right, don't be speculating. Queen Tonka says, Tatiana, you got a big booty. She's got a big booty. All right, she's shy about the situation, but it's fine. Just the next day off, just hit up the Outrage Chancellor, and we can get on our own, Blackout Shots cast. But she would not kiss me on the cheek on the street the other day. All right, she was embarrassed in front of her coworkers, and it's fine, dude. It's fine. I don't expect public affection. It's fine. Let's just meet in private, and do our thing. Queen Talking says, wait, is she black? She's definitely part black. All right, I don't know what else is involved in that situation, but she's very light-skinned. All right, she has Asian features. And clean talking, don't act like you're into the big asses. All right, clean talking is into white women. All right, that's his thing. He likes to get in on the on that jungle fever. You know, he likes to get with the white women. It's very it's very subversive. It pisses off the square white people. The Outrage Chancellor, he doesn't give a goddamn. All right, because that's more big booty cuties. All right, for me to engage with. I'm glad clean talking is into white women. All right, leave them big booty black women to the Outrage Chancellor. It's fine, dude. We can make that cultural trade. Because I don't get down with the white women, dude. It just doesn't work. All right, they feel the dragon energy. They get nervous. They're like, oh my God, he isn't a regular white guy. What the fuck is happening? The dragon energy is happening. Sorry if you can't handle it. Dude, these white women got to get in the gym, dude, for the Outrage Chancellor to start paying attention. They got to get on them squats. They got to get on them lunges. All right, they got to thicken up. All right, I like them thick women. Burgess says white women are the hottest on earth. That's why they're all after them. That's not true, dude. The white women, they're not freaky enough. They don't have thick lips enough. They don't have thick hips enough. I'm looking for thick lips and thick hips, dude. I'm looking for cushion for the pushing. These white women don't have it. They're all neurotic. Tatiana says, I've seen some thick-ass white women in Beverly Hills. Well, if you want to turn me on to the situation, all right, go ahead and introduce me. All right, I haven't met them myself. I'm an ass man, through and through, ladies and gentlemen. We're going on 3 hours and 16 minutes. As much as I want to continue, I'm heavily inebriated, ladies and gentlemen. All right, follow me on Instagram at Nick Jordan himself. Follow me on Twitter at I am Nick Jordan. Like the stream if you like it. Share that motherfucker out if you dare. PayPal.me/Outrage TV. If you want to contribute to the Western Civilization Defense Fund, to that motherfucking eagle in the background, dude. You know what the fuck it is. We're here, we're defending Western civilization. You know what the fuck it is? You bunch of bigots! Clean Talking says, well, back to my big girl porn. Oh my God. Clean Talking's on that thick women, voyeurism. He's in there viewing. Oh my God. Clean Talking don't know nothing about thick women, dude. The Outrage Chancellor's been through the ringer. I've been down to Crenshaw Boulevard, dude, with a fat bottle of wine. All right, I've been pleasing them thick women. What you know about that? All right, just because you go after, fat white women. All right, I'm into these goddamn hip to waist ratios, dude. I support the friendly competition with Clean Talking, dude. Let's get out on this fucking Outrage tour bus. Let's get out of here and make it happen. All right? All the ladies are showing up to the Clean Talking John Nick Jordan show. They know what the fuck it is. All right? We got a tour bus for us to live in. We got a tour bus for the groupies. You know what the fuck it is? That's what it comes down to, That's what it comes down to, dude. Me and Clean Talking, we're both real Americans. Right? The cultural Marxists, the fakes, the leftists, the fucking, sniveling betas, they don't know, dude. They don't understand. We're them goddamn real Americans. We're representing the fucking Old Glory and the bald eagle in this motherfucker. Alright, we getting on that bald eagle game. We pleasing the thick women. Either way, whatever way you want it to be, baby. That's what's happening. We get on this motherfucking Outrage tour bus. We're roasting the goddamn nation. Roast the nation tour, dude. That's what the fuck it is. I love all the Outrage crew. Alright, like it if you like it. Share this bad motherfucker out. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get on this shot cast. We're getting in the natty light cast. Any cast you like, baby. This is what we do. We defend Western civilization. We please the thick women. The fuck is going on, dude? That's Western civilization in a nutshell. All right, we defend it. We please the thick women. What the fuck's happening? I love all you bad motherfuckers. All right, paypal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace the fuck out to the Outrage crew. May you be blessed with thick women, all right, and cogent arguments. All right, may you win all your debates. May you defend Western civilization. May you fucking, defend the Outrage battleship. All you bigots out there, you know what the fuck it is. I love all you motherfuckers. Until next time, baby. Peace the fuck out.